Hey everyone, it's Cheryl from Cheryl's Creations. Welcome. Glad to have you back and checking out what's happening in my crochet world. I'm sorry about I've got the head crud. I'm at the end of week 2, and one of the people at work said his lasted 3 weeks, so I hope I'm not another week out. But I keep plugging along. So this video, I have some information from my last market, and I've got some completed items, and so I have just a little bit of a lot of things. So what have I got? Let's do the market first. The market I did a week ago. It was on December 2nd. It was at a church, and there were about 30 vendors. This was the first year that the church did it, and so we weren't expecting a lot, but we were hoping for some good traffic and some good sales. And it ended up not being too bad, especially, I mean, the weather was kind of crappy. It was cold and it was damp, but there were at least 2 other markets. There was one about 10 miles north of us. There was one on the other side of town. There was one out at the quilt shop. And so there were several others going on at the same time, and we were kind of afraid that, we might not have gotten a lot of business, but they really did very well. So some of the things that I took away from this show, my booth was $20. And next year it'll be 25. They're kind of already starting to think forward, and I think they're also going to do a Christmas in July market. So I think I sold around 50 some items. A couple of the big sellers for me, I sold probably 9 fidget snakes. With the googly eyes on the top. I sold those were a real hit, because I sell those for like $5, and so sometimes parents that don't want to spend extra money will, okay, a $5 item. I had made 6. I made 6 of the small Grinches from the little crochet farm, and I sold all of those, and I have an order for 2 more, one dressed as the traditional Grinch and another one in kind of a female, because the lady's going to give one to her grandson, one to her granddaughter. So I know that those were a big thing. I sold out of all of my baby chickens, my baby chicks, and actually one family kind of bought them all. They bought 2, and then they came back and got 2 more, and then they just bought the rest of them. So my little triceratops, the miniature ones, they did very well. I sold a couple of turtles. One thing that did really well, I hadn't put my cup coasters out for a couple of shows, because they just weren't doing well, and so I put them out on this table, put $2 a piece on them, and I actually sold like 6 or 7 of them, and they were coasters that were like, they had a pig. There was one that's a pig, there's one that's a cow, so they really did pretty well. I sold out of all my unicorns. I only had a couple unicorns. I think I had 2. I sold both of those. I sold a dog. Coasters. Sold a purple turtle. a green turtle. Let's see, what else? I did a sale basket where some things that have just been straggling and not selling, or maybe it was the last one or it wasn't a big hit. So I had this basket of stuff, and the basket, and I put anything in the basket was $5. None of it was overly huge where I didn't make at least some money. So I did sell several things out of the sale basket. I sold a Brontosaurus, and I think I sold 2 penguins. Let's see. I sold 2 whales, and so then I have several orders. I came away. I came away with some orders, and I'm still working on some of these. A lady called me and wanted a Marshall, that's a Paw Patrol, but I had an order for a unicorn and a dog, which I have those, and I'll show you them. I have an order for a cow with a pink bow, the 2 Grinch, a medium Triceratop, and a doll. So I'm partway through that list. Bingos and Blueys. I had 2 sets of bingo and Blueys to do, and those are both done, and I've got that here with me. One of the things I did do is this church was doing a toy drive for one of the local places that's collecting toys for Christmas. And so after the show, I donated 2 whales, a rag doll, 4 dolls, a zebra, and an elephant to their toy drive, because sometimes they don't get little squishies for smaller kids, and so I donated those. And so I sold 53 items, and I gave away, or I donated 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I donated 9. So a little over 60 items for that show. I think I was just shy of $400 for that one, which I didn't think was too bad. I know that as I'm working for spring markets, several of my prices are going to go up a little bit, especially as I'm doing a lot more of the plush with the blanket yarns, and that's just a little more pricey, so I am going to up those a little bit. So, and I've already booked my first show for next year. It'll be in April. It is one that I did this year, and I did fairly well, so I'm going to go back and do that one again. So we'll see what else I can, dig up. So finished projects. I already delivered one set, but this is my Bluey and my Bingo, the cartoon characters. So there's Bluey. His nose is a little wonky, but it's okay. And then this is Bingo, the little sister. A lot of times people ask me about the color for this one. Now, the majority of this yarn is I love this yarn. This was kind of it's closer to a burnt orange, because a bright orange is too bright. So this is an orange I had bought to use for some pumpkins and had enough left. This is a medium shade of peach, and then the rest of it is cream. So, but you can find them all in the I Love This Yarn at Hobby Lobby. So those 2 were finished, and they are ready to go. I will be dropping those off after work today. And by the way, yes, if you notice the background is different, I am at work. I had a few minutes. It's, you know, it's test week, it's final exams, and so you know, I'm just sitting here waiting to grade papers, and I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and do my video and see if I can get it up. So yeah, my office is pretty bare. I you know, it is what it is. So the next order that I finished was the lady that wanted the dog and a unicorn. She wanted the unicorn pink. And so I did, this is out of Premier Parfait Chunky. And I used a 5mm hook. Okay, I will put this pattern. I've talked about this pattern before. This is actually a miniature zebra. And when you do it with the blanket yarns, it comes out. This is probably, I don't know, how big is it? It's about 11 inches. So, and I did give it some front bangs, gave her some eyelashes, and her curls in the back. Now this white didn't curl near like some of the others. I don't know what its deal was, but it looks okay. So she wanted pink, she got pink. The next thing she wanted was a dog in blue and tan, and she wanted it to be blinged up because it's going to a girl. I used Parfait chenille, and so this is a tan in the Parfait chenille and a light blue, and then her little flowers, you know, on her head. She's got some eyelashes, and I will put this pattern in. This is a very easy pattern. The only thing I had to sew was I had to sew the muzzle on, and I had to sew the head on. So I had to do 2 sews. Now, you could probably get away with, when it stops at the neck, just keep going. But everything else, the feet, the tail, the arms, they are all stitched in the round. So that made this a very easy project, and I just love these. And the one thing I wanted to say is, you know, with this being Premier, and both of these are Premier. So this is the chenille, and this is the Parfait Chunky, I believe is what it's called. But look at the size difference. I used the same hook. I think the patterns are just a tad bit different, but there is a significant size difference between the more velvety Premier and then the chenille. And, you know, honestly, I prefer the chenille than, this is very soft, but sometimes it gets splitty. But it's not bad. That's just kind of my own opinion. So I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to send it to the lady, and she can pick them up when she is ready. So, so now I am working on the Marshall, and I've got a few more pieces, and then he'll be ready to assemble, and then moving on. My hope is that in about 4 or 5 days I'll have pretty much all of my orders done, and then I can tie all of that stuff up and have a week before Christmas just to relax. Maybe. Oh, excuse me. So yeah. The other thing, I had a person ask me about a Raggedy Ann and Andy, a crocheted one. I've really not looked at patterns. If you've ever done one or you've kind of seen patterns, you know, let me know. I told the woman I'd get back with her after Christmas, you know, but she was kind of interested in some of that. So let me know if you have any thoughts on that. But that's what I have for now, and I'm sure in a couple of days I will have a little bit more stuff, because I'm trying to crank it out before I lose track of what I'm doing. So anyway, I hope that you all have a great week. I'm going to try and get another video in this week. I've been so behind. So have a great one. Crochet away. I'll see you the next time.